Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my weekly podcast series called Encouragement for Your Life. Most of you know I'm a national speaker, trainer, and coach. I like to say I help people find their voice and learn to use it. I'm also a conference speaker on the topics of public speaking, presentation skills, how to deal with the media, and crisis communication. I've got a number of other presentations on my website if you'd like to check those out. If your organization has an upcoming conference and you need a keynote speaker, I hope you'll reach out at debsofield.com. I would love to be a part. I've got a number of great books on the market. My best-selling book, Speak Without Fear. My book, Perfecting Your Platform. Both of those are on Amazon and Audible if you like to listen to books. And my series, Encouragement for Your Life, which is a compilation of these podcasts, they're available on Amazon, volumes 1 through 3. Just go into Amazon, type in my name, Deb Sofield, all my books will appear. So I'm going to continue my series on emotions. I've already spoken about anger and shame, and today I'm going to talk about the one that bites everybody, and that is the green-eyed monster of jealousy. I hope you'll stay with me. It's a great series, and it's just a lot of good information to help protect you from yourself and others. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. So I'm going to continue with my theme of emotions, which I believe cause you harm. Because, friend, I want you to understand that you are more than how you feel. And you can, with help, heal the damaged places in your heart and mind. I started my series with the emotion of anger because anger is a cancer to your soul. So to have any chance for a successful and happy life, friends, you've got to let that go. And then I talked about the pain of personal shame. Shame is a failure to meet your own standard of behavior. And that emotion, well, that'll wreck your life if you're not careful. And then I added in the thought that you should stop thinking that others have to accept your forgiveness for you to be forgiven. They don't. Once you've done your part, you are now free. So walk away without the burden of shame. We then talked about the emotion of worry, and I added that worry is a useless emotion because worry keeps you focused from real things. Last week, I talked about scarcity and the idea of having less than you feel you need. Now today, I want to talk about the one that probably bites all of us, and I call it jealousy, that green-eyed monster that will wreck your perfectly happy home and make you, a once normal person, become insane with rage, keeping you up at night fretting over things you cannot control. Oh, jealousy, the green-eyed monster. The other word for jealousy could be envy, covetousness, resentment, bitterness, spite, suspicion, distrust, mistrust, insecurity, anxiety, possessiveness, overprotectiveness. Wow, the list goes on. I mean, here's the fact. What a list of bad habits and emotions that will drag you down and wreck your once happy life. And why do you do this to yourself? I mean, that's the question we should be asking. Is it because you're afraid you can't control a situation? Hey, newsflash, guess what? You can't. And if you do try, when it's not in your favor, you will do such great damage to your soul, yourself, your family, and maybe even your friends. Please hear me. Many times when you allow jealousy to enter into a once healthy relationship, you are not the only one hurt. Your actions can and most likely will hurt others who are innocent, and that will be the undoing of your reputation for a lifetime. I've always believed that the underlying issue of jealousy is based on low self-esteem. It's just something I've seen as I'm getting older. The person who is overtaken with jealousy has not spent the time to figure out how to improve their own life, meet their own needs, or develop good friends who can help keep them in balance. When you feel the need to take a bite out of someone else's life to create what you don't have, guess what? Newsflash, you got a problem. All right, because it's a tough topic, I want to break it down in two parts. Number one, if you're a jealous person, I want you to hear how you affect others because maybe by some stretch of the imagination, you haven't put two and two together and realize the harm you cause by your actions. And if you know or have a relationship with someone who is jealous, I want you to hear me on how it is affecting you, whether you believe me or not. I'm right, by the way. Listen, jealous people worry about others getting ahead and having more than they do. And they keep track of where others are going. So much so, they spend a lot of their time and energy trying to catch up with a person they despise. They don't call it that, but that's what it is. And we speak truth on this podcast. You know this to be true because if they're jealous of someone, it is a good indication that those who they admire are doing the things the right way. And everyone knows that people never get jealous of losers since there's no reason to. They ignore them and keep walking. Diana Rodriguez has a great article about destructive emotions, and she says that most people will experience jealousy at one time or another. It's not unusual or dysfunctional until it becomes obsessive and controlling. There's a difference between feeling jealous when your significant other or spouse seems interested in another person and getting to the point where a person is suspicious, obsessively controlling, or imagining unreal or unfounded scenarios. When someone works themselves up into a hot mess because they say that they are, so worried about you, imagining unrealistic ideas of where you are, who you're with, and where you might be going, hear me, that's a lie. Yeah, it's a lie. What this jealous person wants is to control your life, control who you're with, and control where you will go with these people, whoever they are. And the worst part is they will cry and act disappointed when you question them about their actions. Don't be fooled. The reality is that it is just an act to get you to stop what you're doing and include them, even when they don't know what to do. Hear me, jealousy makes selfish people greedy, and they want to make sure you don't have more fun, more friends, more of anything without them. Now, I will say that jealousy is a hard issue to pin down since it is usually accompanied by great emotion that on the surface, it seems legit. But don't be fooled. Remember, the jealous person knows exactly what they're doing. You see, jealousy is a habit that is learned early in life. It's not easily broken and can be a person's Achilles heel for life unless they can find some way to build their own self-esteem so they don't need yours to fulfill their sad and pathetic life. You may have a friend or family member who's more interested in who you're with, what you're doing, where you're going than seems normal. And you know what normal is. It's a freedom you had before you connected with this crazy person. Listen, I know it's fun to suddenly have a best friend, but be cautious and notice if they don't have any other real long-term friends. There's probably a reason. And you don't want to be the latest victim of their emotional destruction. If you have a friend who's jealous, take my advice and find a way to leave them on the curb because they will hijack the joy from your life and make you feel bad about it. Now, if you are the jealous person, how about you see yourself for who you are and then find a way to get help and find a few things that feed your broken soul so you don't continue down this path of lonely destruction. There's a famous line from Zig Ziglar, and he says this: the only taste of success some people have is when they take a bite out of you. And friends, that's what jealous people will do if you let them. Okay, you're probably thinking, Deb, you are hard-nosed. Yeah, I probably am. And I know it sounds harsh when I say leave them at the curb. Maybe so. But the reality is, they are like those little sticky green or brown hitchhikers that stick onto your clothes when you walk through the woods. You can pull them off your pants, but it wastes a boatload of time when you could be doing other things. Don't let their emotional baggage fill up your time, your house, or stick to you. Another very unhealthy aspect of jealousy is when a person is jealous of the good fortune of others. Often, this sort of envy will lead a person to frustration and bitterness. But realizing that others may have more of something should not lead to jealousy or envy. If a person is fully actualized and mature, they'll be able to accept that, hey, there are things and people who are going to have more, but there's also people who have less. So we should be grateful for the blessing that we have and feel blessed that you and I are okay since there really is plenty to go around. If you're a jealous person, being satisfied with what is doesn't mean you have to be happy about it. It simply means you don't allow your jealousy to gnaw away and drive you to a dysfunctional and destructive level of harm. Friend, it's pointless to be concerned with what others have unless you find a way to have those things that you want in your own life. So here's the key. Strengthen your own self-worth and self-esteem. And be mindful of the goodness in life, because that can drive away the negativity that jealousy creates. Whether you are the jealous one or have a jealous friend, the problem can be fixed with help. Please don't let others tear at the fabric of your life by their neediness. Find your place, take your space, and set off in your direction of your dreams. Hear me, it is better to walk alone than with someone who can't care for you because they cannot care for themselves. And I'm going to end with this powerful line. Here it is. You want to know why? Because you deserve better. Yes, you. You deserve better than having a friend who is so jealous that they wreck the other good things in your life. I get it. Today's a hard lesson. But friends, sometimes somebody has to be the voice in the wilderness that is allowing you the freedom to cut the cord and walk away. And I decided that today was my day to do that for you. All right, you've been listening to Deb Sofield's Encouragement for Your Life. I'm doing a series on emotions. I hope you'll join me next week because I'm telling you, these are the things we should be talking about, but they're hard. But you can do it, and I am here to help. And remember, I don't care what the world says about you. I want you to know that I care about you. And I care about you because I believe you can do big things without the pain of jealousy cutting in to the opportunities that you could have if that person was just kicked to the curb. I know, tough love, but I assume you expect that out of me by now. All right, everybody, I believe you can do big things. I'm going to walk alongside you as we follow that dream together. Take care, everybody. Join me next week. I've got another great show for you.